Okay, well, thanks for agreeing to be interviewed for the blog. First question is a two-parter. First off, what do you call someone from Saskatchewan? Is it Saskatchewanian, Saskatchewaner, Sasquatch? What exactly is it?
It's definitely not Sasquatch. I would say a Saskatchewanian.
Saskatchewanian. Okay, given that then, the CBC a couple years ago did a Greatest Canadian show. Who would you say was the greatest Saskatchewanian then, in your opinion?
In my opinion, the greatest Saskatchewanian. That's a tough one. I better say my wife. I just think that the part of what Saskatchewan is about is everyday working people, and we have so many great people, from Tommy Douglas to Jimmy Gardner, who both starred in the same movie. I guess one is a villain and one is the savior. But I think the real story about Saskatchewan is everyday working people coming together and building community.
Okay, so into policy, there's a big thing in Alberta right now about a royalty review because they feel the government wasn't charging enough for the oil royalties, and you actually have oil now in Saskatchewan. Do you think I'm not an expert in Saskatchewan. What's your opinion on the royalty rate there? Is it fair in your opinion, or?
We've had oil in Saskatchewan for quite some time, but one of the things that the previous governments had done, NDP governments, really was push investment away, and so I think there's a real consensus that has been built in Saskatchewan that we want to attract that investment. We want oil and gas development, and we don't want to spook off investors. So the royalty regime right now is very competitive, and we've got a lot of development, and I think people want to see that continue. They want to see the boom managed. They don't want to see it run out of control, but they certainly want it to continue.
Okay. Apart from, say, the Riders' playoff hopes, what's the number one issue right now, do you think, in Saskatchewan on the street?
Oh, I don't think there's any question. It's about managing the boom. It's about the housing crisis, those kinds of things. How Saskatchewan can really capitalize on this, and the fact that we need to make sure that we don't leave people behind. When you have a boom, some people are big benefactors, but there are many people that just get left behind, and certainly that's a big concern in Saskatchewan.
What specifics would you do to make sure people don't get left behind?
Well, just in terms of housing, for instance, we need to make sure that there is social housing out there for people, that there are housing supplements so that people can afford the rent increases. But we're also addressing school taxes, which really constrain or end up pushing seniors out of their homes because their homes become worth more. They go up higher and higher in value, and seniors end up having to pay more tax, and they get pushed out of their homes. So we're putting forward a school tax plan to fund education differently, make sure we have a robust education system, but take it off of people's homes, whether you rent or own. So even renters will benefit from our plan, where they will get 1 month's free rent basically from our school tax plan.
Okay, well, I'm a Alberta blogger, and obviously a lot of Albertans will be reading this here. I know the NDP ran ads saying we don't want to make Saskatchewan like Alberta during the campaign as the big boogeyman. What's your opinion on how Alberta's boomed? Obviously, you mentioned there's a boom going on. Do you think that's a model to look after, or something you should avoid, or what's your opinion comparing the two provinces then?
Oh, I think it's a blended message. I mean, Alberta did a tremendous job attracting capital. I think that as one of the people that I look to in public life that made some critical decisions when Alberta needed to make the right decisions, Peter Lougheed is a perfect example of someone that we would want to emulate in Saskatchewan when there were some really critical, tough decisions to make for Alberta, and they could have gone different ways. He made the right decisions, and so I think that we want to capitalize on this boom. We want it to continue, but we don't want to not be thinking ahead, and I think that's where Alberta where the Alberta government was really a little bit short-sighted, particularly in cities like Calgary, where they couldn't keep up with the infrastructure requirements of all the people coming into Alberta, and the funding mechanisms just didn't suit what was happening. So we had Alberta residents receiving $400 checks rather than bridges being built and overpasses being built, and the city of Calgary or the major cities in Alberta really taking care of their infrastructure issues. We have the same thing facing us in Saskatchewan. We have cities with tremendous infrastructure demands, and we need to make sure that we're ready to capitalize on the boom.
What would be a win for you in this campaign? I mean, obviously you're going in from a low position. The Alberta Liberals used a two-election strategy, and last time they doubled their seats, and this time they're hoping to win. Are you building long-term, or are you looking for 12 seats, an outright win? What's a good election result for you?
Oh, we're really looking for the long term. We're focused on between 10 and 15 seats right now, and depending on how that goes, we may need to focus on fewer. But the way the campaign is rolling out, I really believe the government's on the way out, and there will be an opportunity for us to pick up a good number of seats. Quite frankly, a success for me would be to come in front of the NDP. I think the current government is going into the tank in this election, and if we form the official opposition, that would be a huge success.
If it was a minority government situation, would you be ready to work with either of the parties on certain issues, or? The situation in Saskatchewan would be that I am in this for change. I want to change this government. They've been around for 16 years, and I want to make sure that we do get change. But that being said, just the mathematics in Saskatchewan as well work out where if we win as Liberals, we're really gonna, we're taking, our seats are coming from NDP seats in general. The Sask party is very strong in rural Saskatchewan. It's basically a rural party. And so the chance that we're going to win seats in rural Saskatchewan, those aren't our best chances anyways. Yeah. Moving off politics quickly here, you're going to be out campaigning every day pretty much, obviously putting a lot of time into this. What's the big leisure activity or hobby you're going to have to give up for the next couple months, depending when the election is, that you're going to miss doing?
Oh, no question, it is coaching. I coach my son's basketball team. I like being involved with my kids, going out to their sporting events, and even participating sometimes as a coach, just in scrimmages and things like that. So that's going to be the big thing that I'm going to miss in the next month or two.
Okay, and my last question I've got here is, do you watch Corner Gas? And if so, what is your favorite episode?
I've only watched it a couple of times, so no, I can't say I'm a regular Corner Gas watcher. That might be sacrilege in Saskatchewan.
Well, you're honest at least in giving answers. That's good.
But I think I did see the one episode when Ralph Goodale came on there. I thought that was kind of a neat episode. Anyways.
And anything at all you want to add about general message to Saskatchewan voters, or key theme you're pushing this election?
I think that we need to build a province for tomorrow. So that makes, from my perspective, we need to ensure that we capture this boom, that we do the right things. And then I'm really in this, or my passion is about young people, about making sure that young people have an opportunity, that they can have a great education system, be given the opportunities to pursue their passion, and to make sure that they can build their skills to have a great career, or to have a high-paying job in the future. So my real passion in getting involved in public life, I have some talents as a business person, I think, that I bring to the table to create careers and high-paying jobs. But my real passion is a passion to ensure that young people get an opportunity just like I had.
Okay, well, thanks for doing the interview. I'd shake hands, but I'm kind of all full here, but much appreciated, and we'll post it up on the blog as soon as we can. Good luck.
Great to be with you. Thanks.
Okay.